Hi, welcome back. On this episode, we're going to cut open two oil filters using two different methods. So, the oil filters are for the Yamaha motorbikes. They're both identical, both used. The first method we're going to do is cut them open with a grinder, and then the second method is going to be with a pair of tin snips. There's a third method, but I don't have the tools to do it. If you have a pipe cutter, that's the best method if you have a pipe cutter big enough to cut your oil filter open. We're going to talk about pros and cons of each method. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button. Let's get started. Alright, so the first method we're going to cut it open with the grinder. So we're just going to cut right along the lip, and then it will separate. So I have it in a vise, so it's nice and easy and to hold and stay in place, so it won't flop around on me. I won't. We're happy about cutting my hands. All right. So there's the filter cut off. So that's what the inside of the threaded part looks like, and that's where a lot of the weight is. And then we just pull the rest of it out. And then this is our filter. And there's a inner screen in here too. So when you cut it open with the grinder, you throw little shavings in the area that you cut. You can't really see too many on this one. We got pretty lucky actually. We were probably just above where the filter material was. But now you can go through and you can use a flashlight and you can shine and check for any particles. This came out of a healthy engine, so there should be no particles, but you can just shine your flashlight and look and make sure there's nothing. Check the inside too. So that was our first method. And then here's the inside here. And then there's just this little guy, that's your bypass, and it's just the canister after that. So that's one method to open up your oil filter. And I think arguably the easiest method. It doesn't take very long. That took a minute or two taking my time, nice and easy. And then the next method we're going to do is with tin snips. So we're going to put the filter in, similar to the other one. We'll make sure we have our safety glasses on. And then we're going to take a punch, and we're going to punch a hole in it. And then once we got our hole, we're going to get our tin snips in. And we're just going to cut all the way along it till we can get the filter out. And doing this method is going to be a lot sharper and more jagged edges, so really be careful. Myself, I normally use the grinder method just because it seems to be the easiest. But it's not the best just because we do get metal shavings on it, on the filter itself. Alright, and that's the other method. So as you can see, the oil filter, the case of it, is way more jagged when compared to using the grinder. So like using the grinder, there's still edges and you still got to watch yourself so you don't get cut on it. But this method here, I find it's a lot more jagged and dangerous. And then when I cut with the grinder, you can see how the filter part's sitting in here. If you cut right near the lip, you can normally get lucky, and your grinder's throwing all the shavings above the filter. But if you were to cut a little bit lower, it'll throw all those shavings on the filter. So you'll have a line of shavings all the way around it. So you know anything in that area isn't from your engine. But if you have a lot of metal flakes down by the bottom or anything, then you know for sure it's from your engine. Where using the tin snipper, if you have a pipe cutter, then it wouldn't then be a little more like this. You would, you know 100% for sure any shavings are from your engine. So we're going to carefully pull this out now. Looks like it got bent right there, so we'll just straighten that out, grab a pair of pliers. We'll straighten this out. There we go. And we'll pull the inner core out too. You don't really need to, but we'll pull it out just so we can look at the back side easier. And then we'll grab our flashlight. Now we can go through and we can inspect this filter for any shavings. And when you're looking for metal shavings, they should be shiny, so the light should reflect off of it. And this one's looking good as well, which it should. This video was requested to see how I cut my oil filters open to inspect them. So I wasn't expecting to find any shavings or anything in these filters. I just wanted to show how to open them up, or how I open them up. And I typically use the grinder if I do want to check one. I try to stay nice and high right by the top ring, and I keep the filter sideways or upside down, typically sideways. It's still messy though. And then I'll cut, if you have the filter vertical with the hole at the top, your shavings will drop down, but if you have it sideways, it seems to help a little bit for that. And when I say you can use a pipe cutter, this is my pipe cutter for brake line, but you can get these a lot bigger, like plumbers and those type of trades will have big pipe cutters. So this is what I mean when I say pipe cutter, except just physically bigger, so it opens up enough to get around the filter. It's like you can see this one would never open up enough. This is what I use for brake lines and gas lines and that sort of thing if I'm using steel lines. I hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button. Check me out on Instagram at Clargo Garage. Thanks for watching.